along with data and knowledge, if we wish to make the distinction, is now central to the functioning of all developed societies. It is conventional to suggest that we came to this situation through a series of information revolutions, by which a new technology, using the word in its broadest sense, drastically changed the way information is recorded and communicated. The number and nature of these revolutions varies between commentators, but typically they include the introduction of writing, printing, mass communications, the digital computer, and the Internet. A cogent analysis by Luciano Floridi argues that we are living in an age of hyperhistory, in which the well-being of individuals and societies is entirely dependent on information and communication technologies. Floridi's contention is that we are seeing an informational turn, or fourth revolution, following the scientific revolutions of Copernicus, Darwin, and Freud. We should regard ourselves as informationally embodied organisms, inforgs, embedded in an informational environment, the infosphere, in which the boundaries between our online and offline environments merge. Given this embedded centrality of information in modern society, it is not surprising that it is studied from various points of view by a number of disciplines, including computer science, media studies, psychology, sociology, mathematics, education, economics, and philosophy. These are only the disciplines interested in information in the sense of meaningful, communicable information. The list lengthens if we include conceptions of information in other domains, such as physics and biology. The one discipline that has information as its sole object of interest is information science. This grew during the 20th century from the concerns of the documentation movement, which sought to understand the nature of documents of all kinds, and hence to provide access to them in a much more sophisticated way than conventional catalogs and indexes could provide. The advent of the digital computer gave an impetus to the new discipline, which has overlapped with, while remaining distinct from, computer science. Information science concerns itself with all aspects of the organization and communication of recorded information, with the information and digital literacies needed to make use of it, and with associated ethical issues. The insights of the discipline are crucially relevant in developing the dramatically changing infosphere. There are a number of good texts setting out the basics of information science. I am co-author of one such, Bawden and Robinson, 2012. But these are typically aimed internally at faculty, students, and practitioners within the subject. If we believe, as I do, that information science has many insights to offer to a much wider context, then we need books that specifically address a wider audience. Michael Buckland's book is the first to attempt this. An impressive feature of the book is the way in which such a breadth of material is brought together clearly and concisely. It is pleasing to see how Buckland integrates the traditional concerns of information science, in particular, how information resources are described, organized, and retrieved, and the ways in which people and groups behave with information, with thoughts about the nature of the documents through which recorded information is communicated. The new forms of document, which have emerged in networked digital environments, have led to a renewed interest in the nature of documents, and this kind of conceptual analysis, though lower key than new technological developments, is just as likely to be valuable in ensuring effective communication and good use of information. I applaud Buckland's vision of information science as a broad and inclusive field of study. Only such a holistic approach can do justice to the issues that emerge when information takes center stage in society. Michael Buckland modestly writes that his interpretation draws on the work of many people and little of it is original. While this may be true in the sense that the material presented in his book has mostly been published before